Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. So the Sikhs have a tradition, and the tradition is called the Akalis. All right, and the word Akal means timeless, timeless, and it's a very interesting concept to recognize. So we call this a kada, handcuff to my consciousness. So I know where I use my hands. Do I use them to assist myself and others, or do I use them to exploit myself and others? Yeah. Hands. These are my handcuffs to my consciousness. The reason we refuse to wear a watch is because it ties you down. It makes you a prisoner. To be bound by time is to be a prisoner of time. So, right now, your year is dictated not by the natural flow of existence, daffodils, snowdrops, birds singing, everything blossoming, spring, where everything is moving forward, everything is going from its dormant space outwards. Both days get longer, nights get shorter, days get warmer. There is a flow to that energy. So why do you celebrate your new year in the middle of winter? Why do you do it? Who makes you do it? Who makes you do it? And why do they make you it? And tell me, of all the resolutions you've ever had that you've planted on that day, how many of you succeeded in them? If you plant in the death valley where everything is dead, dormant, there is no energy, you ain't going to get anywhere. There's a reason we have spring. So we can grow things and take assistance from the natural energy. So, last year, we decided that on spring equinox, we will have a global event here. And this global event, France, wherever we could get hold of people, undo the prison that was holding all of us in this prison of fear. And lo, behold, just before we get to the next equinox, towards something at the right time. And even if you haven't got motivation and the commitment and the ability, existence will allow that fractal to grow. So, if you want change in life, spring is the time to plant the seed. Spring is the time to hold the intention. So if you plant a plant, so let's say you want an intention. Let's say I want a healthier life, whatever, right? Make something up. Then you could say, well, it's spring. Let me take some seeds, put them in a pot, water them, allow them to grow. And every day when you water it, it allows you to bring that intention to your mind, whatever that intention is. So as the plant is nurtured and grows, your intention grows and the intention becomes stronger. Try it and see if that resolution works. Try it and see if that resolution works. And then you will have an understanding how the whole thing is interconnected. Not is it interconnected, it's interdependent. Not is it just interdependent, it's actually the same thing. So, when people say, well, we're all part of oneness, go on, then prove it. Where's the proof? You're sitting there, I'm sitting here. Where's the oneness? Where's the proof? So any worldview can be challenged by three questions. Number one, is it logical? Number two, is it consistent? That if I was to go back to it tomorrow, will it be the same thing? Number three, is it experiential? So, can a rose be a lily? Yeah, let's ask that question. Can the rose be a lily? Is it logical? No. Is it experiential? No. I've never seen a lily turn into a rose. Is it consistent? Well, it's never happened. So it falls apart. You can use the same tool to look at anything. And if it doesn't satisfy those three things, it's fake. It doesn't hold to reality. So if I said, well, I came from nowhere. Is that logical? Of course not. Everything is interdependent. Is it consistent? Well, there was a time you weren't around, and now you are. So where did you come from? Which bit of fertilize, and off it comes, and here is the body that sits in front of you? Or are we talking about the awareness? Which bit are we talking about? So we need some clear definitions, understanding, reality. And I'm going towards a purpose with this. So is it consistent? Is it logical? And is it experiential? And you can apply that to religions, you can apply that to anything. And if those three things don't meet, then it's really not up to scratch, right? It has a fundamental flaw. So, question, where is the oneness? Well, there are different ways to look at this. So one way of looking at this, that all existence, you, me, and the whole thing, is made out of 5 elements. There's a solid bit to us, there's a liquid bit to us, there's an air bit to you, there's a water bit to you, and you need to occupy space. None of these things you bring with you. Did you? Didn't say, oh yeah, I'll have a breath, and I'll have a bit of this, and I'll have... None of this. None of this is yours. Yet you claim it to be yours. Go around the world thinking to ourselves, hey, this is who I am. Yeah, well, where did you bring it from? And then you realize, maybe there's an organic movement where forms form and then dissolve. Like in an ocean, waves and ripples and vibrations come about and then they go down. And within waves, there are waves. Let's have a model that says, well, existence could be something like that. Everything is interdependent. Why? Because it comes from the same ocean. And if we begin to recognize that the form, the ocean existed before you came to awareness. So then the question arises, what happens to you? Where do you come from? Who are you? And where do you go? Those questions, if they cannot be answered, then your life has been a waste of time. Because it was a short period to know what's going on. But we get distracted, and therefore we lose awareness. We lose wisdom. And once you lose wisdom, we're always trying to get to that place, but you never will, because you're looking the other way. So, within the context of recognizing how everything is interconnected, we begin to recognize that yes, we as form, the body that sits in front of you, it consists of these 5 elements, and we can become aware of them. Is it logical? Seems logical, doesn't it? Can you think of a 6th element? No. Is it consistent? Is Parry made from a different substance than I am? Oh. Maybe. But you begin to realize, well, no. Is it experiential? Well, that's the bit we're going to find out with our meditation today. That once you begin to recognize that you are not these 5 elements, you can't be, then what remains must be you, mustn't it? And in that, we begin to recognize the process of life is the emergence of this wave. The process of life, living, is the growth of wave. And the process of dying is the emergence into the ocean. Whatever you want to call that ocean. For me, that ocean is consciousness. Give it any other name. If you will see for yourself as you go behind all these 5 layers, what remains is consciousness. So whatever you can perceive, if you can perceive this, means you're not this. Doesn't it? So if you can perceive your thoughts, then you can't be your thoughts, can you? If you can perceive the emotions, then you can't be your emotions, can you? And you can perceive your body, the sensations, then you can't be that. And in realizing that we are not this is a process, one, we start to take life seriously from a different perspective. From a perspective of knowing that we are time constrained. So I started off with time. While you are free of the time, GMT, those who create the time, create your mind. Remember that. Which is why do they change the hours? The summer and the spring and autumn. Why? Why disrupt your circadian, your rhythm? Why? Why disrupt that? How many of us completely go into that and think, yeah, after 24 hours, we're back to, life is good. It takes a few days, a week for you to synchronize. So again, disrupt the energy, disrupt the flow, disrupt the organic growth at both sides. And for whatever excuse you use, it's for the war, it's all but this, that, and the other, whatever excuse you use, doesn't matter. What it demonstrates is that there is a flow, an organic flow of these 5 elements, which consists all of us. This is the waves. We are the consciousness within that. This wave grows, it goes into a particular form, and then it dissolves. While we are in that form, we are then motivated through our senses to chase whatever we need to chase, the way we look, money, whatever it is. But in doing so, we forget that the essence of life, the real value of life, is to know who you are. And to know who you are, we need to move into what we are not. And one of the cognitions that we will have in this is that we have a mind, but we are not our mind. And if we can get that, if we can come to the realization of that, is it consistent? Yeah. When you were born, did you have a mind? Let's put a cat in the pigeon. What was it? Cow amongst the pigeons. Yeah. When you were born, did you have a mind? Yeah. Is the mind separate from the body? Have you seen your mind? Do you know if you have one? Or is just someone telling you that you got one? And then giving you the drugs to keep it calm? No education, no understanding. So, how are we supposed to make sense of this emergence of this wave? How? This is where wisdom comes in. Those who have known and have the compassion to share with others, because needs to. Trust me, no one needs to. If you found your secret, why do you need to share it with the world? Do you know what I mean? You're pretty content, let them burn. No? Because existence is existence. It takes care of itself. Right? So we get out of the savior complex, all of those other things that come out of simply the recognition of our worldview, and to test it with those three questions. And in all that I've spoken about, which is interlinked, the message I want to leave you with is this, that if we begin to recognize life for what it is, only through our experience can we be certain in what we mean by trust. Everything else is illusionary. Everything else is illusionary. Think I've said enough. Okay, shall we do our meditation? Right. So 5 elements, right? 5 elements. So if we can perceive the element, then we must be it. And one good way of doing this is if you've been in an exercise or anything like that, if you've been running or anything like that, or after some yoga or qigong, you do this, you'll find that you are far more able to go through all the 5 elements quite clearly. All right. So first, feet flat on the ground, back straight, and adjust your posture. And then you close your eyes. And you breathe in. Your intention is simply to be present. And as you breathe in, allow the breath to go a bit deeper. So it's almost going to your belly button. And that's all. All we're doing at this moment this isn't meditation. This is simply becoming aware of our body as best as we can. So again, following your breath in. And once more, just towards the belly button. And as you relax, allow the breath to flow out by itself. Okay. On your next breath in, I'd like you to bring your awareness to your physical body as best as you can. So at this stage, we are simply becoming aware of our body. And if we were to do a quick scan of the body from the top towards the bottom, towards our feet, imagining a hula hoop, allow it to move down. And as it moves down, it begins to identify sensations that are dominant in the body. Just move it down. Anything that's dominant. So it could be a pain, it could be an ache, an itch, a tightness, sensation that's dominant. And all you need to do is locate it. No commentary, no, oh my God, what's that? No commentary, no judgment. Just simply observation. Okay. Next breath in. Deliberately bringing your focus now on the seat that you're on. And notice the sensation where your body makes contact with whatever you see. As you begin to notice the sensations, the sighs, breathing up, you bring your awareness towards your hips as you breathe in. Next breath out. Allow this awareness to move down towards your thighs. Again, take your time. Remember, you're scanning your body. From your knees, you move down. Again, scanning the calf muscle all the way down towards your ankles. Now, this is a quick body scan. We can take much time on this process. Move down towards your feet. Notice your toes. And then moving your focus towards the soles of your feet. Notice that your back is straight and upright. And then we begin to scan the back, moving our focus from the lower back, gently moving up towards the middle back. Again, if you notice any sensation, simply note them. You don't need to remember them, just note them. Breathing in again, you bring this focus up towards your shoulder blades. Notice your shoulders. And then moving your focus to the back of your neck. Now, if you pull your chin in slightly, you'll notice the back of the neck stretches. And with that, your spine, neck, and head from your shoulders down to your elbows. Again, scanning your biceps, your triceps. Moving down towards your elbows. And then continue down towards your wrists. And then stopping at the palms of your hands. So your focus is at the palms of your hands. Sensing the palm, not thinking about it, not imagining it, sensing it. Moving your focus towards your fingers. And then as you breathe in, bringing your focus towards your eyes. And you'll notice that there is darkness and there is awareness of darkness. You only know it's dark because you have awareness of it. So you can identify with the awareness itself. The awareness that is aware of the back of your eyelids. And the same awareness can be aware of anything else. So as you breathe out, allow this part of the body to soften and relax. As the breath comes in, moving your focus to your mouth now. Notice your tongue. Notice the roof of your mouth. Notice the sensations that are present on the roof of your mouth. Allow your tongue to soften. And then as you breathe out, allow your face to soften and relax. On your next breath in, once again becoming aware of the body as a whole. Notice your posture. Sense of sovereignty. Notice if there's anything dominant within the body. And on your next breath in, bring your focus now towards your inner space. And by that we mean our thoughts, we mean our emotions, our feelings. So just see if you can take a temperature reading, so to speak. Moving your focus towards your thoughts. Are there any dominant thoughts there? How does your mental space feel? Does it feel squeezed? Does it feel tight? Does it feel tired? Does it feel light? Does it feel fresh? Bringing your focus towards your chest and holding your awareness at the chest. So this is just on the surface of your chest. And the discipline is to hold your focus. Allow the chest to breathe by itself, to move with the breath itself. As the breath comes in, the chest moves. As you relax, the chest relaxes. Notice that. And all of this takes place all by itself. Notice there are sensations associated with the movement of your chest. See if you can identify them. Around your back, on the sides, now moving your focus a bit deeper into your chest. Almost in the center of yourself. And then you just hold your awareness. You begin to detect how you're feeling right now. How does this moment feel? Do you feel settled? Do you feel at peace? Do you feel irritated, anxious, unsettled? Where do you feel your emotional state lies? Calm or distressed? Dukh or sukh? And now on your next breath out, begin to listen to the sounds around you. And again, we just use the sound as a way of moving into the silence, simply by following it. When you're ready, gently bring your focus beneath your nose and begin to watch your breath. Notice moves in and the breath moves out. You're going to hold your focus with a little bit of effort. Noticing the breath as it starts coming in, all the way in, stops, and then stops going out, and it stops as best as you can. This breath that comes in and out, notice how you're breathing by yourself. In other words, the breath breathes by itself. Notice the air element moving into your body and the air element taken out of your body. Notice that your breath has 4 parts to it. In breath that comes in, stops, there's a gap. Out breath that goes out, stops, there's a gap. As best as you can, see if you can notice that with your breath. The air element. Notice that the air is not something that you possess. It's something that flows by itself. And if you can observe the breath coming in and the breath going out, you begin to recognize the air element. Moving your focus now towards your mouth. Notice the saliva. The moisture, the dampness in your mouth. And this connects you with all the liquid element in your body. Your blood, your lymph, plasma, sweat. Majority of the body is liquid. Recognize that. The same water that fell yesterday as rain is part of your liquid body today. The liquid body that pumps the blood all around you. On your next breath out, expand your awareness to include your whole body again, recognizing the third element. Bring your focus as best as you can to the structure of your body. Recognizing all that is solid within the body. The teeth, the bones, the cartilage. All that is solid in the body. Same solid that you eat every day. No different. Recognize that. And as you begin to recognize the body, the solidity of the body, notice you can have sensations. Sense your body. Those sensations represent the fire element. The plasma. The fourth element. And if you begin to recognize the environment you're in, the space that you're in, allow the sound of the bell to expand your awareness to include the space that we all occupy. And as we listen, we become aware of the space around us. Again, recognizing that this space, without this space, this element, the body couldn't exist. Now following the bell once again and moving into the silence, and begin When you're ready, bring your focus just beneath your nose, sitting with your breath. Recognizing that we have a breath, but we are not our breath. We have a body that's made of these 5 elements. And we have awareness of all of it. Stay with your breath. On your next breath out, allow your awareness to expand, becoming aware of the body as a whole. Notice how the body feels. Notice you're still where you began. The ground holds you. You can sense where your body makes contact with wherever you're sitting. Sense your thighs. Move down towards your knees. From your knees, moving down to your ankles. Notice your feet. Notice the soles of your feet. Becoming present within yourself. Notice the back is straight and upright. Shoulders are still relaxed, as are arms and hands. Eyes are closed, mouth is closed, face is relaxed. Going back to your breath. Recognizing that this breath is a gift, as it's not in your control. Recognizing that this body consists of the 5 elements. No different to all the 5 elements everywhere else. Take a moment to appreciate the time you've taken out for yourself. The intention to smile. And then using this spell to draw a few deep breaths in, and in your own good time, gently opening your eyes.